Frank Maloney, we're at the David Price Audley Harrison face-to-face press conference on Wednesday ahead of the fight on Saturday. Just give us your thoughts on the fight itself.
As a boxing fan, I'm excited about this fight. It's you know, it's the sort of fight you like to see. Heavyweights do capture the public's imagination. It's certainly caught my imagination. You know, I've sort of always been one of Audley Harrison's biggest critics since he went pro. I didn't agree with the way he went pro and wouldn't take on a promoter and a proper management team. And you know, I think he's paid the penalty. But in the build-up to this fight, I've gained a lot of respect for Audley and got to understand him a lot more. And I think he knows that he's coming into this fight and it's the last chance saloon. It's just a roll of the dice. If he loses, people are going to remember him as the guy who won the gold medal and fell in the professional world. They're going to remember him by the David Haye fight, and I don't think he wants that. So that's what makes this fight exciting. And my man, you know, he's the future of boxing, so people are telling him. The pressure's on his shoulders. He's got to deliver. You know, if he does get beat, people are going to say, that's Frank Maloney just hyping another heavyweight up. Look at who's hyped up in the past. And, you know, and he's still living on the reputation of Lennox Lewis. So there's a lot of pressure on our side as well. And it's just one of them fights. It's got the magical dust that a promoter loves to put onto a fight to make the fight catch the public's imagination. We saw the press here today, one of the biggest turnout for ages, and we're up in Liverpool, so it shows you they've come all the way. Tickets are going very well, thanks to the social network of Twitter and a few other new inventions for us promoters to get used to. So it's just got everything, and the undercard's great. The undercard is them sort of fights where you can't pick them. It's not. You've got the Satchel Edwards fight, you've got the Dickinson fight, you've got the Adnan Noir fight, Dale Miles. They're fights you can't pick the winner. As much as I'd like to sit here and say Dickinson is going to win, Adnan Noir is going to win, Edwards, Satchel. I think Satchel should win. Being local in Liverpool would be good. But you can't pick them. Whoever wants to write off little Chrissy Edwards is wrong. So it's just got everything a promoter needs, and I hope the fans are going to enjoy it. You know, I hope they're going to watch this show. Those that are there and those that tune into Box Nation to watch it are going to watch this show and say, that was one hell of a show. This is what boxing's all about.
Just going back to the David Price Audley Harrison fight. I mean, a lot of people seem to think it's going to be a walkover for David, and seem to base it on Audley's performance against David Haye, which you just mentioned. It's not as simple as that, is it? No,
heavyweight boxing's not simple. Listen, I thought Lennox Lewis against Oliver McCall in the first fight was a walkover. It was a walkover, me walking home with tears down my face, realising that we've just lost the golden goose. So anyone who thinks heavyweight boxing is a walkover are very much mistaken. Audley Harris, a heavyweight could close his eyes and throw a punch, and Oliver McCall did. And if that punch lands, the person who's walking onto that punch is going down. 17.5 stone meeting 17.5 stone is not a pretty sight, it's a demolition job.
Okay, and what about yourself? You'll be ringside obviously for it. Are you going to be nervous watching it?
I'm nervous now in the build up to it. I'm nervous doing these interviews, but I'm excited, so that's what it's like. To me, when it's all over, I can go back to my hotel and have a glass of champagne. I was going to say hot chocolate, but I don't want people to say I'm getting old. So I'll be on the champagne, hopefully celebrating. Yeah, celebrating.
Cheers, Frank.
Gonna tear it up, but don't you know? I said, don't you know? You and me gonna be smashing it in, don't you know? I said, don't you know? I saw the time